Welcome to the Lumenis Training program, where today we are going to show the brand new update of the dry eye report. We're going to choose the patient's name. We do a right click and go straight into the bottom where it says dry eye report. This dry eye report is going to streamline your workflow. It's going to give you one report in one place with all the information that we're able to garner from the Antares product. So if we look at the dry eye report, we can see it's rather a form that is very, very easy to fill out. If we look on the left-hand side, we'll have the patient information, and we're going to do the OSDI questionnaire. To do this questionnaire, we click on compile, and we have the ocular surface disease index. All you have to do is follow the instructions of what this report wants. So let's get started, and we'll do it as though we're doing it for a patient. Eyes sensitive to light, some of the time eyes feel gritty, some of the time painful or sore eyes, all of the time blurred vision, yes, poor vision half the time. And we're going to go through this report, so I'm not going to bore you with all the details. We'll choose a couple of answers, and it's very, very easy to do. It takes a few seconds, and we're going to click OK. Once we have compiled the report, we're going to see that the report that we compiled fictitiously for this patient, that the OSDI is severe. We now have two options. We can acquire the ocular redness, or if we have done it already previously, we can simply open the file. So we have actually done this before with this patient, and we're going to open the file, and we can see that we have got various dates where we've done tests, and we can then choose an image to put in, and we can do this for both eyes. And let's have a look at what it looks like. That's the ocular redness. So once we've opened the image for the ocular redness, we can then do a grading, and we can say how much is the conjunctival redness or the limbus redness. So on this patient, we can see that it's grade 1. So we'll click grade 1 on this eye, and on that eye, the conjunctival redness is maybe grade between 1 and 2. We'll choose 2. Let's go on to the meibomian gland. So we can either click on this acquire button, and then we will go into the acquire screen for it directly. So when we import the image of the meibomian scale, we're going to get automatically the grading on the actual image, 3.6% in this case, and on the other eye we're going to get 3.1%. So this has already been graded, so we actually don't have to do the grading at all. Now, if we go into the tear meniscus, we can have a look at an image that we took of the tear meniscus, and here we have an image of the tear meniscus. It tells us click thumbnail to process. We click on the thumbnail, and here we have an image, and we've in fact processed it, and we have the information. So here we have an average of 0.3 millimeters and a standard deviation of 0, so that's a pretty good reading, and we can see the tear meniscus layer very, very clearly. And we'll do this on the other eye as well. So we're going to look for the tear meniscus, and we can have a look at this over here. Again, we have two readings. Both readings are 0.24, standard deviation of 0, and we can see the tear meniscus layer very clearly. This is all being added automatically into the report, and we can do the non-invasive breakup time, and it's going to do it automatically for us, and it will give us a non-invasive breakup time. So this report is everything's working in the background, and we can see here that we had a non-invasive breakup time of 6.1 seconds. And let's look at the other eye, and we'll see what this comes out. So in the osmolarity, it tells us that we can import the osmolarity. So this will be done on an external test that you'll do, and you'll be able to put in the figure that you get for the osmolarity. And we can basically just click on the enter button, and it will import the osmolarity report that you've got, the amount that you have, and then you'll be able to set this report to how you seem fit based on all the information that we have in front of us. What we are doing now is we've completed the report, but why don't we have a look if we're going to use this report as the starting point and not as the end point. In other words, we're going to open up the report and then we're going to start to do the test. So to compile the test we've done before, that's very easy to do. And we can see that on each of the actual tests, there is an acquire button. So let's take an acquire button on the ocular redness test. If we click that button, it's going to take us automatically into the screen to do this particular image. And we'll do an image of the patient. Look straight in front of you. And look slightly to the left. Okay. Left, left, left. Okay, and then we just have to focus the image and click the button. I like to take an image. Look to the right, please. And we can have a look and see what the image looks like. We can see that this patient doesn't have really any redness. And we can go out and it will automatically import that image for us. Double click on the image. And we are able to now grade this image based on the image that we can see. We might grade it as a grade 0. And it's very simple that we can basically go through this whole list from the report and do each test one at a time. After we've done all the grading, we've got the option in File to print screen capture or print screen capture quick. If we do print screen capture, we can archive it under the patient's name in the last folder that was done. And if we do a print screen capture quick, it's going to allow us to save the PDF onto the desktop. So let's go to print screen capture first. And what this is going to allow us is shows us the image. And we have got either print direct to a printer or we can print to a PDF. If we do a PDF, it'll allow us to archive this report so that we will be able to follow this patient, and in future, after any treatments that they receive, we'll be able to do a comparison and look at the previous report and look at the report, so it'll be in their files. So if we click yes, it's going to actually archive this in under their name, and we are able to see that it will be done in the last folder that was opened. So we can see that we have the report here and we can open it up and have a look at it. We can print it, we can do whatever we want with it. So that will allow us to actually keep a tab on the patient digitally without having to only have it on a print. So we can print it or we can digitally save it in the folder as an archived report. So that works pretty well, and it will always be under the patient's last folder that was opened up for him. So we will be able to have this diagnosis available to us in the future. So we can save it and we can print it. If we go into the quick dry eye report, where it says print screen capture quick, then it does it all automatically for us, and it's going to ask us now where do we want to save the actual PDF. It's not going to allow us to save the actual, to archive it, it's just going to allow us to save the PDF. And that is also an option because we can choose where to save it. Maybe we want to save it to a disk on key, call it as we wish, and it will be available to us on the actual desktop. And here we have it on the desktop. So this allows us to also to put it into a different patient folder. Maybe using an external source, you can move it into the external source. So the next time we're going to do this, maybe in 6 months' time or in a year's time with the same patient, when we go into the dry eye report, we're going to see the last results that we had. And what we're going to do, we can either do a reset on everything, and we can start all over from the beginning. So that is the easiest way to do it, is basically to reset everything. And now we can start from a clean paper, and this will allow us to do a new report, and we'll be able to archive that again after we've done it, and it will be archived. Remember, the last folder under the patient's name, that's where the archive report will be, and it's going to allow you to have all your information in one report, in one place. So it's really easy to have a look at it and to get an overall picture of exactly what is happening with your patient. And I'm going to say goodbye and enjoy using your Lumenis Antares program.